Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude.
Dublin, November 180.
Alright then. Hello everybody, hope you're alright, and good morning, welcome to Xplane Dedicated Live. I decided, I need to do this, don't I? I always need to do this, make sure I change this over. I decided that I would do this live as opposed to doing a film, mostly because of time restraints. You know what it's like, it gets very busy this time of the year, doesn't it? And so I thought rather than do a film, which would take me, you know, quite some while to do, to put together and edit and everything, I thought, no, I won't do that. What I'll do is I'll just do it live instead. I'm just opening the volume mixer because I want to turn down Xplane. We don't really need to hear Xplane at the moment, so I'll just turn that down a little bit. Even though you might not be able to hear it, I'm not quite sure, but we'll sort that out. And hopefully you can hear me on the microphone. So, and I don't know until somebody says, yes, we can hear you. I'm just trying to edit the title and of the video, and I can't for some reason. Well, this is weird, isn't it? Well, we'll see what happens. So that comes up. And for some reason I can't edit the title. Let me go full screen. Yes, we can hear you. Alright, thank you, Chilled Brew. Loud and clear, Dudley Brook. Good morning, guys. Really nice to see you. Okay, so what have we got? What are we doing? I am looking at Ultra Weather XP 2.5.1. And the reason why I'm looking at this again is because in the past, that I want to change the aircraft because in the past I've had a number of issues with Ultra Weather XP. Now that doesn't mean to say that it was ever bad. I don't think it was ever bad. I think it was always good, and in some parts it was very, very good. But there was one thing that I disliked about it, and every time I tried it, I would turn it off. And what I disliked about it at the time was the fact that when it was overcast, it was really, really dark. And no matter what I did, if you got into an overcast state, it was really, really dark, and all the airport lights would be on in the middle of the day. You know, and I tried it on a number of different settings, and I tried, and that one thing alone for me, I didn't like. It was a bit of a deal breaker, for want of a better expression. But now, and it may be that this has been out quite a while, 2.5.1, although I thought it had only recently been released. But it doesn't matter, you know, I've been away on holiday. It's coming up to Christmas. I thought I would like to revisit Ultra Weather XP and have another look at it. And I'm glad to say that Abdullah and his brother have managed to sort out that overcast issue that I really didn't like. Now, Chilled Brew is saying that it's the only one that works 100% with VR. I haven't got a VR headset. I keep holding off on buying one for a number of reasons, and I think the main one is resolution, and also the second reason would be, for me, would I actually have enough time to use it? Because I can start a flight and guaranteed halfway through the flight I've got to take my dog out for a walk to go to the toilet, and you know, and I think VR would put me too much in a bubble kind of thing, and I'd ignore my wife, and that wouldn't be worth it. But anyway, that's the reason why I haven't got VR, but I think I'm on the cusp of getting one, especially after last week, because last weekend there's a place here in Cardiff called Emotion VR, which is where you can go and have a VR experience, and we took me and my son-in-law and my grandchildren, we were racing cars, racing Formula 1 cars, and then we was doing shooting games, and then we was swimming under the sea. Fantastic experience, and I loved it. And the VR headsets that we were using, I could use over my glasses, so I could keep my glasses on and wear the VR headsets. It was excellent. So I'm almost sold. I'm saying I'm not going to get one, but I think I am going to get one. Anyway, so this is the only one that works 100% with VR. Now then, what do you get? Let's break it down, okay? Because I want to be really clear on this. So let's break it down a little bit, and we'll go to Xplane 11, resources, plugins, Ultra Weather XP, and let's pull up the user guide, okay? The user guide. So, hopefully you can see this. I've got it full screen. I might make it smaller, you never know. Can you see that? Yes, there we go. Ultra Weather XP. Now, this is the manual for Ultra Weather XP, and as it says, it's a complete advanced system for Xplane. And you've got all of the different things here, you know, what you need to do before you purchase it, after purchase, installation, activation, reactivation, etc. Xplane settings, interface, blah blah blah. I don't think it actually says what it is. If I'm not, no, it doesn't, because it goes straight to the it goes straight to the interface, which is a bit strange. It doesn't actually tell you what Ultra Weather XP is. It says here, it tells you what you need to get rid of. So if you've got any of these following things, they should not be in your Xplane 11 installation. So fly with Lua, or any scripts of any of the following. So that scripts that mess with sky, sun, water, visibility, fog, atmosphere, clouds, shadows, lights, colours, moon and terrain. Get rid of those. SkyMax Pro, unless you want to mix Ultra Weather XP sky colours with it. Xenviro, any other plugins simulating weather visual conditions, any other plugins controlling weather sounds, if you would like to use the sounds of Ultra Weather XP. So you need to get rid of all of those things, okay? Because Ultra Weather XP is a one-stop shop. It does everything, okay? It replaces cloud textures, it replaces sky colors, it has water settings, light and shadows, sky settings, cloud settings, light settings as well, okay? It's got all of those things. It is a replacement. It's a cloud replacement, sky replacement, sound replacement, whole kit and caboodle, light and shadows, all sorts of things, okay? Not only is it a replacement, it is a weather engine as well. Now, I've kind of looked at it and I thought, has it got an online server or something? But no, what it does is it matches the weather in your sim. So rather than using something like FSGRW, Flight Sim Global Real Weather, which I use with SkyMax Pro, you don't need to, because what it's using Xplane's weather engine. Okay, so you just need with this, all you need is Ultra Weather XP, and everything else is handled by Xplane. Okay, so it's not a weather engine, because you're using Xplane's weather engine. It is weather replacement, cloud replacement. Okay, so what are we looking at here is just the activation process, and a few people have been having problems with that. Then you've got your settings here, the settings that Xplane should be using. So you've got to set up Xplane like this or better than this, okay, depending on your machine. And then you've got the Ultra Weather Xplane interfaces, and what they've done, they've made it look like Xplane 10 in some respects. I don't know whether you remember Xplane 10, but in some respects it looks like Xplane 10's menu system. And there are 4 tabs. There's sky, cloud, water, lights and shadows, okay? And here we have the sky settings interface. So it looks complicated, but it's very simple, extremely simple. Chillbrew, you use it with Active Sky XP. I have got Active Sky XP. I will have a look at what that does, because my understanding of Active Sky XP is that it is a Active Sky XP is a weather engine, I believe. Yes, it is a weather engine. It has no clouds of its own or cloud textures of its own, so you can use Active Sky XP with Xplane's default clouds, or you can use Active Sky XP with SkyMax Pro, which is SkyMax Pro is cloud textures. So yes, Active Sky XP should work with this as well. Anyway, without making things too complicated, let's just stick to this for the time being. So, UltraWeather XP plugin interfaces. This is your sky settings, and they're all numbered here. And in actual fact, it's quite intuitive. And the good thing about this is you can't break anything, so you can mess around with everything as much as you want. So looking at this, down at the bottom here, you've got sky settings, cloud settings, water textures, lights and shadows. And I think it might be better, rather than you trying to read what's here on the screen, is that I just open it up in Xplane. Okay, so plugins, UltraWeather XP, settings. Alright, now I don't know whether I can't make this any bigger. And if I'd recorded this, I would have been able to zoom right in, but not to worry. You can see my cursor. So up here, on the left hand side, you've got clouds textures. You've got 4K and 2K. Now I'm not sure whether when you press the 2K button that's what's showing, and when you press the 4K button that's what's showing. I'll check that out, but I've got it on 4K. And then underneath you've got 12 presets, or 12 buttons, and these are 12 different cloud textures. Now within the manual there's two parts to the manual. There's a manual on how to operate it, and then there's a guide to all the cloud textures, and that will show you exactly what the clouds are. Hi Iban Belushi, how are you? Nice to see you. So, looking through this menu here, so on the top left here we've got cloud textures, and there are 12 sets that you can use. And then you have the option to do auto cloud brightness. You can do it auto, you can have auto size and amount, or you can have auto avoid cutoff, okay? And you can have auto sun coloration clouds, which is over on the right here. And then you can have clouds white, blue or grey. And then you can have random clouds. Okay. Now, I thought yesterday that I'd set this up the way that I wanted it, and it seems as though it's gone back to default. But let's just have a look here. Okay. So this is Cardiff, and I'm going to be quite honest with you that looking out of my window now, I would say that that is a pretty dang good representation of what the weather looks like here in Cardiff. Okay, looking over into the distance out to the west there on the horizon, you kind of got that mist, yeah. And then looking towards the city, which is in that direction, and I live kind of 15 minutes away from the airport, just over, maybe just on the horizon there, yeah. I'd say that looks really good. I'm good. The best weather is Active Sky. I have tested all engine weathers, but for my opinion the best and impressive realism is Active Sky for Xplane. Honestly, it's the best, but that's just your opinion. Yeah, I know it's just your opinion. I've also got Active Sky and I use it as well. But weather is subjective. Weather is subjective. It's always down to the individual user. Okay, that is why I stuck with SkyMax Pro for such a long time, because I like SkyMax Pro. But as a reviewer, I look at everything. So I'm looking at this and I'd say, yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'm impressed now with the way that the clouds have different scale of colour. You know, like looking at this big cloud here. I hope you can see my cursor moving around. Looking at this big cloud here, you can see that it actually changes colour from the top down through to the mid range here, and then over here you've got these white bits, and that does look very, very impressive. Okay, and I believe the weather is dynamic. Kind of looks. Is it moving? Are the clouds moving? I'm never sure. Now I know that the clouds move in SkyMax Pro. They are dynamic, yeah, with the weather. And I'm never too sure about Ultra Weather XP, but it doesn't matter, because that, I have to say, looks very impressive to me. Okay, all right. So let's have a look around. So I'm going to change a couple of things. All right. So the cloud brightness I've turned off. Turn off auto size. Let's turn off cutoff. Okay. So now everything is under my control. So let's turn down. See, turn down the clouds. Well, I think 100% is more, in terms of brightness, more close to real life. Okay. So that is closer to real life. I wish I could put this on my other monitor, but I can't. Okay, so let's have a look at auto size. You can see, even at 100%, oh hang on, here we go with refresh. Even at 100%, it's not that much. It doesn't, you know, it's not that great. I think it was down here somewhere. Let's let it refresh. Let's put it, now you see, down there you see the amount changing. When you get right down to the lower end of the range, I kind of like it. Around about here. Yeah, I think that looks good. Once again, it's all subjective, so it's what you want it to look like, I think. Size of clouds. Okay, this will make a difference. So we look at the size of the clouds. You see how they change? That is definitely not what the weather is like at Cardiff today. Okay, get it around about there, and then cut off. Let's I actually prefer that right down there. Yeah, 0. There we go. Okay, then you can have extra blending. Very difficult to see what that does. Extra blending. Maybe it kind of makes it look a bit better. I can't tell. I'm just very impressed with this at the moment. Okay. Then you can have overcast mode. Puffy. Normal. Or flat. And it's really difficult to see, you know, which one's which. I'm going to stick with normal. Also sun coloration. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with that. I don't think. Oh, let's have a look. Clouds, sunlight, gain. It's going to be a bit hard because there's not much sun around. Clouds. Oh yeah. Now you can change the gain of the clouds, make them white. And let's get back down. Get back down here. Oh, you got to be careful with that, because you make it too white and it's just going to not look right. I think once again, let's have a look over here. Now we're getting somewhere now. Cloud shadows power. Well, that's obvious, isn't it? You know, it's how much shadow you get on the ground. Cloud shadow power. So you take off the shadow, put the shadow on. If you'd have it 100%, because you know that is what it looks best at. All right, that's just the cloud settings that I've messed around with. If you wanted to change the cloud textures, let me show you. There's a lot of people got confused about this. Yeah, I'm going to go up to 35,000 feet. Don't worry. So to change the cloud textures, okay. So I've got cloud texture 7, which I kind of like. But if you want to change, you click on a number. Nothing happens. So what you have to do, you go to developer and you go to Is it Sky Texture Browser? Nope, it's not that one. I can never remember. Is it Sky Colors? I think it might be Sky Colors. No, it's not. No, it's not. Developer. Show Texture Browser. Search for clouds underscore perf. Is that it? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. I know I am. I'm gonna have to look at the manual again quickly. Developer. Show particle system browser. Show. I thought it was texture browser. Right, I will go to the manual quickly. He says. Try and remember it. I did this last night, no problem at all. Of course, I've forgotten exactly what I'm supposed to do. But it does explain how to change your... Right, once you've selected one of Sky Colors characters, you need to reload textures via Xplane without the need to so reload Sky Colors. Okay, let's have a look. So to reload Sky Colors, show Sky Colors. Developer, show Sky Colors. Yeah, and you then click reload all cloud colors. Right, that's reloaded all the cloud colors. That's not what I want. I want to reload. Here we go. To reload, show texture browser. The developer, show texture browser. I was right. And search for cloud perf. Cloud underscore perf. There we go. Yeah. For each double click on the image, a new window will show up. Just click on reload. Right, so here we go. So I've chosen 4. Double click, reload. Double click, reload. Close that, close that. Double click, reload. Oops. Double click, reload. Double click, reload. And double click, reload. Right, and close that. Now that has changed, believe it or not, the cloud textures from preset 7 to preset 4. And you might know, I can see the difference here, down here. Those look way different than before. Okay, and that's why I liked number 7, I think. So what you've got to do, you've got to go back, same thing, developer, show texture browser. We've got cloud puffs already, so double click, reload, and you see it change immediately then for that one. Reload, and you see it changing back. It's just a blank. Reload, 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 and reload. There we go. You see it's slightly different there. I much prefer that one. Alright, so that is cloud settings. You've got sky settings, which are different. You can change those, and I just showed you how to do that. So we can have auto horizon, auto sun gain, sky catching, extra gain, reduce sunset fog, so forth and so on. And you can change these around the sky colors. Okay, so it's plugins. Oh, developer, sky colors, reload all cloud colors, and that has changed the color there as well. Alright, then you have water settings, and the water settings are a little bit difficult to manage because you need the sun reflection to see what's going on. So if we if we come over here, right, see the waves there, you can adjust those, so you can have big waves. Yeah, you can have wave speed or slow it down. You can have you can adjust the smaller waves in that, and the small waves power as well, so you can change it all. And also the colours of the sea. I got normal blue on, which I prefer, but when you get close up to the sea, it looks very different. You've got all these bits of white in there and everything, and so I don't think the sea is meant to be viewed close up. I think it's more or less like this. And I've put it, there we are, auto. I've just got it on auto now. Yeah. And water reflections, you can have small waves amount. Hang on. They're obviously not working. Random wave watercolors. So there we are. That's that bit. And then lights and shadows. What I need to do for this is go to night time. So bear with me a second. So if we turn around over here, yeah, and then we'll change the time. And then there's the lights. Okay. Very, very different. And there seems to be more colours in the lights. But also, is it right? Let me make it a bit darker. See, now, the lights, we zoom out. The lights are affecting the cloud, because they're so powerful. It's lighting up the bottom of the cloud. This is supposed to be dead at night, really dark. But what the effect that I do like is when you go through the cloud. Yeah. So let's go down, and there you go. See that? And then you're seeing the lights through the cloud. Someone said go up to 35,000 feet, and I think maybe we missed something there. Look, as you go through the cloud there, you can see the light. That is good. I like that. I do like that indeed. Let's go to daylight and get up to 35,000 feet quickly if we can. So here we are, above the cloud. Oh look, now that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That looks really nice. Kind of like cotton candy clouds. That really does look good from above there. Someone was saying you could see clouds right off into the distance. Well, I have to disagree with you. Still a circle of cloud there. Ultra Weather XP settings. Let's have a look at this now. Cloud settings. Even with avoid cutoff at 100%, I've still got a circle of cloud around me. Yeah. And there is nothing there. Ultra Weather XP main set. Yeah, you still got a circle of cloud. Now, maybe I'm missing something. You've got to activate water reflections in your XP setting. What? Graphics. There is no water reflection in XP settings. there is no water reflection. You've completely lost me there, chilled brew. You've got to activate water reflections in your XP setting. No. No, 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 no. Can't be done. Can't be done. Done. Resume flight. Sorry, you've lost me there, chilled brew. But I still see that circular thing. Now, Dudley, you've dumped Ultra Weather XP. It just gives me fog everywhere, no matter the settings or ambient weather. I get fog in the Sahara with it. It obviously works for me. Yes. I don't know the answer to that, Dudley, because as you can see. But let me point something out to you. Okay. XP reflections must be on. Yeah, but if you put XP reflections on, then you're going to kill your machine. I've never used XP. You mean reflection detail here? Where do you want it? High, medium, low? And how does that affect cloud? It doesn't. Look. It doesn't. You know, the cloud is still a circle. Let's go higher. Yeah, that is still a circle of cloud. NKD, yeah. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. And for me, the only program that does do that is SkyMax Pro. And you can set it. Now if you set SkyMax Pro to 40,000 square kilometers, that is enough for anybody, believe me. 40,000 square kilometers is enough for anybody. You cannot see further than that physically, no matter what height you're at. Okay, so but this, it is that square, isn't it? Without a doubt, which is a shame. But even with that said, let me turn those reflections off because I have no idea what Dudley is saying. I mean, I'm very much impressed with the, what it looks like on the ground. Let's just get outside the plane. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. But this is what I wanted to show you, right? I think all of this weather has been me just manually configuring. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see what real world weather looks like, doesn't it? So let's so there's the real world weather. Scattered cumulus overcast, and that's about it. So let's have a look. Does that change? Apply changes. Now hopefully, yeah, there we go. It's refreshed. And now, here we have a problem. That is not what Cardiff looks like at all today. Okay, the runway lights aren't on, but it is overcast, but that is not what Cardiff looks like today. I'm looking out my window, there's huge swathes of blue sky. Okay, there are some grey clouds, but white cloud as well, and it doesn't look anything like that. And I know that if I went up to Cardiff Airport, the airport lights would not be on. They would not be on. See, and everything is back to default, isn't it? So let's turn this off as I had it before, and let me see. Also, cloud brightness is at 100%. Someone departed? Yeah, there's someone depart. Oh no, he's just landed. So at 100% cloud, also brightness, it's not bright enough. Amounts of clouds. even if I turn that down to 0, there's still too much cloud. Size of clouds, you want to bigger. That, that is not right. That is not what the weather's like today here at Cardiff. And once again, as good as this is not as good as it is. This is a fail for me. When I was doing it manually, when I put a preset in, it looked great. Customize. Oops. Manually configured. Even kind of. I could manually configure it and make it look fantastic, but that is not what the weather looks like at Cardiff today. It's not that gloomy. Hi Kevin, how are you? X-Enviro. Well, we'll have to see. You see, I do like this Ultra Weather XP, but when it doesn't do things correctly, like this, because the weather is not like this at Cardiff today. Let's try somewhere else. Let's just try a random location. Let's go to, we'll go to Leper, Palma, okay? We'll go to Palma in Spain. For me, and this has always been the thing, that, weather is subjective. It's all down to the user and what the user wants and likes to look at, okay? And I always, because I live near Cardiff Airport, and I live in the centre, not in the centre of the city, I live on the outskirts of the city, and because I can look out of my window, I want my weather to look not exactly like what it looks outside the window, because that's never achievable, but I want it to look as close as it looks out of the window, and that was not anywhere near. And as we know, weather is dynamic, it's changing all the time, and I'm looking out of my window now, and I can see huge swathes of blue sky and grey cloud, but it's flat grey cloud, it's not cumulus nimbus, it's quite flat, it's almost like cirrus, but it's bright, it's a bright day, not gloomy and cloudy and dingy and dirty looking. And I wish they could sort that out. I really do. I thought they had, but let's have a look. Anyway, we're going to Palma, and I'll put real world weather on at Palma and we'll see. Okay. I hope that's not real world weather. No, that was manual. Right, match real world conditions. A few cumulus, right? So it should be fluffy clouds, lots of blue sky. Apply changes. Okay, it has applied. Let's get outside. Nah. Oh, no. Very hazy. You can't see the sun. Where's the sun? There's the sun. What time of year are we at? That's December. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to June. See what it looks like then. No different. So is this what you're on about, Dudley? Is this what you're on about? Could it be? Yeah. Ultra Weather XP. Let's have a look. Let's manually go in and set it. You shouldn't have to though. In fact, what am I on about? This is manual. Okay, gosh. Let's go to Kennedy Airport. I'll have to change it in just a time. You get a pea soup. I haven't heard that phrase for a while. Well, if it's that bad, then there's something drastically wrong. And I really thought they'd nailed it. I really did. And you probably can hear the disappointment in my voice because I thought they'd got it. I thought they'd nailed it. Okay, just checking my emails whilst we wait for this to load up, and I've got my booking confirmation for Star Wars on Saturday. My wife and I will be going and watching Star Wars. Cool. The booking confirmation. So how do we do this now? Okay. Alright, here we go. Ooh, KJFK. Clearly the weather is a lot better over there. But still... Yeah. It's not right, is it? Well, that's real world conditions over there, apparently. No. I'm going off it slowly. And I hate to say that. I really do. Is that New York? Oh, yeah. Not as good as Dresvieka Designs, I'm afraid to say. Right. Okay, so verdict. I don't know. I really don't know what to say at this time. But let's do a quick experiment. Let's see how quick I can do this. I'm normally pretty good at this. So just going to minimize a few things here. Ultra Weather XP. Move that over to there. Okay. Okay. We'll just do that. Alright. And then we'll do this. Okay, so what I'm doing, if you've probably gathered that what I'm doing is actually putting SkyMax Pro back in. And just to give us a comparison, and literally in the last few minutes as I've been speaking, the grey cloud that I was talking about in Cardiff has kind of dissipated. The thin grey cloud and the there's more blue sky about than you could shake a stick at. So some might say, Carl, I'll do that after, because now I've just kind of done this. So I'll have a go at that after later on this afternoon, and we'll see what it does then. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it's going to make that much of a difference, because it's that overcastness that really bothers me every single time. I really thought they'd fixed it. I wanted to just give it a good video, a good outing, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So, thank you for your booking. Your online booking has been successful, and your tickets have been booked at. Stand okay. So, click here to about your booking. Is anybody going watching Star Wars tonight? Of course, it's out now in the cinemas. I think it's out in cinemas worldwide. Itch your ear. Excuse me. I think it's out in the cinemas worldwide, so that'll be quite an event, and I'll be going there Saturday. We've got a bit of a busy weekend coming up. Okay, let's get back to Cardiff, and we'll have a see if things are working now the way I think it should. And all I'll do, I will not use FSGRW. All I'll use is SkyMax Pro, and it will use Xplane's default weather engine. Okay. I think I've only ever used Active Sky XP a couple of 3 times, because I see no difference literally between using that and FSGRW as an injector, or even SkyMax Pro with the real weather connector, which is a bit bizarre, because so many people were screaming about Active Sky XP and how wonderful it is, and I see no difference between what that produces and what FSGRW produces with SkyMax Pro, because SkyMax Pro is my go-to weather engine. So we just wait for it to load up. It's reading new scenery files. To me, it seems it doesn't matter what machine you have. I mean, at the moment I'm running i5 990, I think, or 9900. I'm not quite sure, with an MSI 2070 Super graphics card, and 32 gig of RAM, or 16, I can't remember, in this machine. It's a Xplane dedicated machine from Wired to Fire. Beautiful machine, absolutely beautiful. Xplane only will load up as quickly as it loads up because of everything else. So, it doesn't matter what machine you get. You will never get a fast load up time with Xplane. Especially if you're reading Orbeck scenery, as I am at the moment, because we're going back to the UK. But, all of that being said, once it's up and running, it runs beautifully. Interestingly enough, this morning, of course, we've all seen the news that President Trump is to be impeached and will have to appear before a Senate trial. But nothing will happen with that Senate trial. Probably be acquitted of all charges, which is a joke, really. From my perspective here across the water. If there's any viewers this morning here from America, I do apologise if you are Trump supporters. It's only my opinion. Well, it's the opinion of a lot of people, but it's my opinion. Well, they have got enough evidence to impeach him. He has been impeached. is whether when it goes to trial, as to what happens at the trial. OBS wouldn't help much with load times as well. No, Black Knight, OBS, that makes no difference at all. Broadcasting, it makes no difference whatsoever. Has no effect on the simulator, on how fast the sim loads. I mean, it's a shame in terms of Trump. Whether, I mean, his legacy will be that he was an impeached president. He will have no other legacy at all. He's an impeached president, along with Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton. It's a very rarefied and exclusive club. It's in one respect. And I think the fact that he has been impeached will hurt Trump more than anything else. Not politically, it'll hurt him as a person because he's such an egotist and he's so vain that to have that blot on his copybook, so to speak, will actually hurt him mentally. That he was impeached. Now, whether the evidence is fabricated or not, and Kevin, you were saying it's fabricated. The evidence would suggest it isn't fabricated. That he did try to bully Ukraine into doing something. He did ban all of his aides from talking to the impeachment investigation, and at the same time, because he banned them, he also excluded himself. He says that he was never asked to go to the impeachment hearings. Well, he was. He was invited publicly twice to go to the impeachment hearings, and he refused. So, I mean, apart from everything, he's a liar. He doesn't. He can't remember what he said or not said. Yeah. I mean, all politicians are egotists. You have to be a bit of an egomaniac to want to be a politician, and I know because I spent 10 years trying to become an MP here in the UK and an assembly member in the Welsh Assembly, and you have to have a certain amount of chutzpah, for want of a better expression. You do need to have a certain level of confidence and maybe be a little bit of an egomaniac and be vain if you want to take up one of those positions. But anyway, enough of politics. Xplane has started after a fashion. I don't think even SSD speed uploading because it's loading the textures into the graphics card, which is the limitation. Correct. SSDs, they'll only speed up Windows opening. Or some would say it'd be ballsy. Yeah, well, yeah. So SSDs, all they do, they will certainly speed up your the loading of Windows, but that's about it. Nothing else. Nothing else loads faster. Windows will, but applications like this. I mean, look now. What's happening here is Xplane is still loading its systems in. It's got the graphics on screen, but it's loading all the aircraft systems in before it will actually start. It's crazy. It really is. And I'm using a default Cessna. There's a problem with the Exeter scenery. That label always comes up. I should turn those off, because even though it says there's a problem with Exeter scenery, when you get there, you can never figure out what the problem is. Might be a little bit of a scenery thing missing. Okay. Well, already you can see the difference. Alright, and the weather hasn't been fully injected as yet, and I haven't messed around with it. I haven't got it set to real world weather, I don't think. But already you can see a vast difference. It's brighter on the ground. And no, we don't get that. There we go. We're good. Alright, no crash to desktop here. Sorry to disappoint. Right, let's go. Alright, so immediately you see a difference. Alright, just let it catch up a little bit. There we are. And let's go to here, flight configuration, weather, match real world conditions. It says scattered cumulus, a few cumulus, done. Apply. I would say that is not bad. That's not a bad representation. We've got a bit of haze on the horizon there. You can see clouds out in the Bristol Channel. Yeah, weak sunshine. That is way better. Okay, way better. Now, well, look at all these aircraft here. 2 aircraft there doing the dirty. I'll explain what's going on there in a minute. Let's put on FSGRW. Right. That one. For FSGRW on. See what that does for the weather. Is the A330 at version 3? Do you know, I'm not quite sure where we're at with the 330. It's best to check on the JAR Design Facebook page, or even the support group on Xplane.org. Yeah, unfortunately, carrier wave. It doesn't matter whether it's summer or winter. It's always summer in. It's always summer in Xplane. We don't have weather textures such as that. Right. Where's FSGRW gone? There we go. So dynamic weather download, continue. So we'll download now. So what? This is a weather engine. Okay. FSGRW is a weather engine. SkyMax Pro is just cloud replacement and texture replacement. Okay. So this will download the real weather for Cardiff. It's showing wind 120 with 9 knots, visibility is 20 kilometers, sky cover scattered at 1,900, broken at 3,000. Alright, start weather transfer. Let's move that over there. And it's looking even more, as the moments go past and the weather builds up, it's looking more and more like exactly what it is here at the moment. You know, you've got this kind of thin grey cloud here, yeah, and then some cloud up above, a bit of haze, and that looks way better to me already. Way better. I'm looking towards Wenvo television mast there. You can see it. I'll zoom in. So there's Wenvo television mast, and then over here we should have St. Hilary. There's St. Hilary television mast. I'll zoom in. Yeah, and that just looks so much better already. So much better. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen the other. You really got to make up your own mind. And as I say, weather is always subjective. It's what you think, and this is better. Right. I tell you what. Because somebody just asked, let's go back to real time, track real world time and date. Yeah, because it will certainly change. There we go. And that is exactly right. For this time of the year, the sun. Where's the sun? It's quite low in the sky. There it is. For this, even for this time of the day, 10:25 in the morning, sun's quite low in the sky. Yeah. Everything looks hunky-dory. So we can get up above this cloud. And that's the kind of thing you see, you know, that's distance haze. That's what you would see flying. Look, look at the cloud on the horizon there. People tell me that SkyMax Pro doesn't work. Of course it works. Let me, in fact, plugins, SkyMax Pro, configure clouds. I've got my cloud area covered at 37,391 square miles. Okay. And you know, that's out to the horizon. It may not be broken at 1,000 feet, but yeah, that looks okay to me, carrier wave. Kevin, you're on the other side of Australia, on the other side of the world, mate. Terrible Australian accent. Good night, sleep well, my friend, and if I don't see you or speak to you before, have a great Christmas, and throw another shrimp on the barbie, mate. Take care. Good night. That's Kevin gone. Off to beddy buys. It'll be 10:30, 11 o'clock at night over there. Okay. So, cloud to the horizon, right out there, right out there on the horizon. I think I'm happy with that. I stick to SkyMax Pro. Shocking, isn't it? All right. Well, I think that's it, people. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to show you. I said I was going to explain something. Why those aircraft were doing the dirty deed. And they've stopped doing the dirty deed because one of them has gone. The reason why, I have got, what's it called? Traffic Global. So if I just hit this, you'll see all these red labels appear everywhere, and these are aircraft flying in the sky at this moment in and around Cardiff. Cardiff doesn't have an awful lot of traffic. Let me just turn them back on. It doesn't, not an awful lot of real life traffic this morning, although there was an aircraft there. He seems to have gone. I don't know what runway he went off on, but he's gone. And Traffic Global, if I can pull it up, here it is. Traffic Global's 861 models, 34,540 routes, 138 active aircraft, blah blah, so forth. And basically, this is a AI traffic. They are real-world schedules, but it's not real-world time flying. Okay, there's an aircraft here that shouldn't be. And what we've got is sometimes the AI traffic gets mixed up with static. So I've got static aircraft at Cardiff, and we've got some AI traffic as well. There's 3 levels of these labels. You can have active, all active aircrafts, as you see everybody, only aircraft on the ground showing their labels, and off. And if I move to Bristol, because Bristol has a lot more traffic than Cardiff, and it's still fairly local. Oops. Okay. The problem with this Traffic Global, it's great. If you're not flying online, it's brilliant. You know, you can get on the airport there and just, you know, do your thing and fly your flight plan, and there'll be aircraft all around you. You could end up in a line of traffic. You know, you could have 9 aircraft in front of you you know, waiting to take off, and it's really good. It's really immersive, and there are all sounds and everything with all the other aircraft. That, you know, it really is good. It you can still even use AI aircraft if you fly on VATSIM, but of course the AI aircraft will not interact with VATSIM, so you know, you may be stuck behind traffic, and your controller will be saying, you know, you're clear to take off, and of course you can't because there's traffic in front of you. So here we are at Bristol. He says, "Oh no. Here we are at Bristol. Oh, very gloomy. And Bristol's all lit up." I'm going to change the weather manually. Why? Oh, I know why that is. I think. I thought it might be reflection details, but no. Oh, well, I have no idea why Bristol's all so bright all of a sudden. But if I turn the labels on, you see all of these aircraft down on the ground. These are all from schedule, yeah? These are all scheduled, the ones with labels on. So 1, 2, 3. Not those. Not those. Those are all static. Oh, there's one up there with a label on. And all these aircraft down here have got labels on. Okay, so let me turn the labels off because I think it detracts away from the immersion factor. But if I want to have a look at something, I'll go to Traffic Global and we'll ping on the radar. Okay, so here's the radar screen. Zoom out, and there's all these aircraft flying around. But let's have a look at Ryanair. Click on the Ryanair and it takes me directly to that aircraft. Yeah? There you are. I can zoom around and I can scroll around it. Let's have a look at Aer Lingus here. There's the Aer Lingus. Zoom out a bit. Let's have a look. And whatever aircraft you click on, so this Aer Lingus, it gives you the information here on the left hand side of what the flight is, where it's going. Flight 473 he's going to Manchester. No, tell a lie. From Manchester to EGHQ. Pull out a bit. Let's see. There's a Delta Airlines there. I can't get it. EasyJet. I want to look for something different. Okay, here we go. Norwegian. Look at that. Great model. Norwegian. It's 789 Dreamliner. Going to an LFPG. It's a great little thing, this. Now, there is a different view, flight path view. So this is Bristol Airport, and if there's an aircraft departing, you can see his flight path and follow him on a flight path. But I can also click on one of these, and it takes me to that aircraft on the ground. It's really nice program, but unfortunately it doesn't work with VATSIM too well. I mean, it works, but if you could get stuck behind traffic. So there we have it. That's what all that is about. Traffic Global. Hey, Black Knight 34. I had a fantastic 344. I had a fantastic trip in India. Look, I'm going to do you a favour, even if you don't want it. Bear with. And after I've done this, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go. Got things to do. Let's go out to Christmas. Okay, Black Knight. There is a link to some, I don't know, over 1,000 pictures from our trip from India. Starts off in Gatwick Airport in Wetherspoons, having breakfast before our flight. You always do, don't it? It doesn't matter what time of day you get into an airport, you'll have a drink, a beer, and something to eat. We were having breakfast, and I just took that picture. Anyway, enjoy the pictures. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm disappointed once again in Ultra Weather XP, but you know, why do they keep doing that? I mean, look, this is what it looks like outside. This is what it looks like outside. I don't know why the sim is chugging at the moment. That's better. Caught up. There we go. It just that's exactly what it looks like outside. Perfect. Right. Enough said. I will see you all soon. Take care. Merry Christmas. I hope you all get what you want, whatever that might be. New computers, flight simulation stuff, maybe some nice new gadgets, whatever. And just have a great time. And just, you know, be nice to people. Be nice to each other and be nice to people. Okay. We'll see you soon. Take care. Cheerio. Oh, hang on, quick. Somebody was departing. Oh, they've gone. They've gone. I missed that, didn't I? Damn it! I just saw it on the live feed, so I missed them going out. I do apologise. Never mind there. All right. Once again, see you. Take care. Be nice to each other. Be kind, and have a great Christmas or holiday season, no matter how you celebrate it. Cheerio.